So from today we are going to start the preparation of EVS which will be asked in Ctet exam. So the first chapter of Arihant book is Concept of Environmental Studies. So this portion is of EVS pedagogy. The other part which is about the environmental studies, covering the general topics, will be discussed later on. So let's start the book. So concepts of environmental studies. Environmental Environment denotes the sum of all the physical and biological factors that directly influences the survival, growth, development and reproduction of organisms. In order of Douglas and Holland, environment is aggregate of all the external force influences and the condition which affect the life, nature, behavior, the growth, development and maturity of living organisms. Environmental studies provide an approach towards understanding the environment and the impact of human life upon environment. On the basis of components, environment can be divided into two parts. First is physical environment and second is biological environment. In the physical environment domain comes lithosphere, earth and physical feature of earth, hydrosphere, water component and the atmosphere. In the biological environment domain comes plant, and the other name of plant is flora, and animals, then the other name, that is scientific name, is fauna, and various small organisms. All the organisms work to form their social groups and organizations at several levels. Thus social environment is formed. In the social environment, the organisms work to derive matter from physical environment for their sustenance and development. Now, scope of environmental studies. Environmental studies is of multidisciplinary nature. It is concerned with geographical feature of area, living beings of the area, natural resource and conservation of the resources, waste management, biodiversity conservation, renewable energy generation, sanitation and health. Because of relation with so many subjects and domain, environmental studies is considered to have great scope. Environmental science can be applied in the following domains. First is ecosystem, structure and function. The study of ecosystem mainly consists of study of interaction and of biotic components with abiotic components. Second one is natural resource conservation and environmental management. EVS helps in managing and maintenance of forest, natural resource and wildlife. Environmental studies also provide solution to study today's problem like pollution, loss and decrease of natural resources. Environmental scientists are working for ecological balance, conservation of biodiversity and regulation as well as preservation of natural resources. The third one is environmental studies in the industry. Due to rapid pace of industrialization, our environment has been affected badly. So in order to protect environment from the further degradation, there is growing trend to adopt environmental friendly process and technology to produce environmental friendly or green goods. In this innovative field of technology, biotechnology has shown good promise. Biotechnology can also prove helpful in other avenues of environmental studies. Now, third one is research and development. Various research projects and works are being undertaken in the field of environmental and its allied studies. Researches are being done to control pollution, to counter global warming, reduction of greenhouse gases, and adoption of renewable energy source. Fourth part is human health and sanitation. There is direct relation between environment and human health. Many of the diseases spread only by unhygienic environment. For healthy and disease-free life, pure and hygienic environment is must, so sanitation is imperative. Therefore, study of human health and sanitation is important aspect of environmental studies. Fifth one is social development. Non-governmental organizations, that is NGO, media and journalists are making effort to create public awareness about different issues of environment like pollution, conservation and protection of environment. Through this work, masses will get aware about the different aspects of environment. Now we will study about the objectives of environmental studies teaching at primary level. So what are the objectives at the primary level will be discussed here. Some of the objectives of environmental studies teaching at primary level are as follows. The first one is to enable children to have basic knowledge of various numerals, alphabets and the basic things that we see every day around us. To enable children understand the importance of cultivating healthy habits and maintaining both personal and social hygiene. Third one is to develop the habit of performing tasks in a systematic manner and learn to carry out any activity with precision. Fourth one is to make them understand simple graphs, maps, flowcharts, and statistical tables. Fifth one is to develop creative, observational, and inventive qualities in the child to arouse the interest in the to arouse the interest of the children in the study of nature and surroundings. Now we will see the significance of environmental studies. So why do we study environmental studies? These things will be discussed here. Some of the significance of environmental studies are given below. Environment is essential because environment provides us drinking water, food, air, etc. for life. So it is imperative to live in salubrious environment. Environmental studies helps to maintain ecological balance by providing a basic knowledge of environmental systems and their processes. By giving information regarding the changes that take place due to anthropogenic factors, environmental study helps us to know about damage and health of environment. Environmental study includes diverse areas such as property rights, economic instruments for air pollution control, cost benefit analysis, management applications with environmental policy. Concepts from environmental studies can be applied to the study of agriculture and the design of sustainable production system. We need to study of physical, biological, chemical and social processes that forms the basics of the environment. Environmental studies provide necessary skills to raise the question and to often obtain answers to some of the environmental problems which our planet is facing today. Due to continuous degradation of environment by unplanned urbanization and industrialization today, environment has become very fragile. So in order to protect environment, it is vital that awareness about environment should be created and proper redressal steps should be taken. Environmental studies will make the child aware about the environment in the early stage so he can contribute to the society in fruitful manner. Now we will see how EVS is integrated. I means एकीकृत EVS कैसे है उसकी हम डिस्कशन करेंगे. According to the National Curriculum Framework 2005, environmental studies for primary class, that is from 3 to 5, should be a subject which integrates and encompasses the concepts and theories formed from science, social science and environment. Environmental studies is not taught in the primary level classes 1 and 2, but the concepts which are important to know at that stage of life is taught through language, mathematics and poems. Curriculum Framework 2005 suggests that books should be designed in a way to give children a lot of space to explore and learn by way of thinking, observing and doing. In the environmental studies at the primary level, there should be no place for definitions, facts, and mere information. Children should be provided with opportunities to express, learn by doing, asking questions, and experiment language to be used in the book should not be formal, but it should be such that children can understand it easily. Going by the view of curriculum framework, textbook should not be the only source of knowledge, but it should support children to construct knowledge through all sources around them, such as people, the environment, newspaper, etc. Environmental studies book should contain chapters made out of real life incidents, everyday challenges, and contemporary issues related to petrol, fuel, water, forest, protection of animals, pollution, etc. Book and its content should provide opportunities to children to debate, engage, and develop sensitive understanding to these topics. Syllabus of EVS has been divided into 6 themes so as to inculcate every aspect of learning which are considered important for child of primary level. Themes of environmental studies are following. First one is family and friends, including animal and plants. Second one is food. Third one is water. Fourth one is shelter. And fifth one is travel. Sixth one is things we make and do. Integrated environmental studies has goal of holistically developing individual, social, physical and emotional potential. Environmental studies help children in understanding multidisciplinary issues of environment by enabling direct engagement and learning activity inside and outside of the classroom. Now we will see environmental studies and education. This subunit will be discussed. Environmental studies addresses a broad range of issues concerning the relationship of human being with natural world. Understanding these issues and meeting the challenges they pose today requires that knowledge from diverse fields can be brought together and new mode of thinking be developed. Environmental education is a process aimed at developing a world population that is aware and concerned about the environmental and its associated problem, and which has the knowledge, attitudes, commitments and skills to work individually and collectively towards the solution of current problems and for prevention of new ones. Now we will see objectives of environmental education. Some of the objectives of environmental education are an awareness of the environment and its problem, basic knowledge and understanding of the environment and its interrelationship with man, social values and attitudes which are in harmony with environmental equality, skills to solve environmental problems, ability to evaluate environmental measures and cultivation programs, a sense of responsibility and urgency towards the environment so as to ensure appropriate actions to solve environmental problems. Now 1.3.2 talks about environmental awareness. Environmental awareness has direct bearing on the protection and conservation of the environment. As population will become aware of the environment, they will contribute more towards environment conservation. Media and non-governmental organizations, that is NGO, plays very important role in spreading awareness about environment. Different institutions like Geological Survey of India, Botanical Survey of India and Wildlife Institute of India plays vital role in supporting the awareness program. Through study of EVS at a very young stages, these young minds will be aware about the environment, it needs and its needs and usefulness, etc., and in a way they will protect and conserve the environment. Now 1.3.3, that is environmental education at primary level. Environmental education at primary level are as follows. Primary science education has to be a phase of joyful learning for the child with ample opportunities for exploration of the environment, to interact it and to talk about environment. The main objective at this stage is to arouse curiosity among about the natural environment, artifacts, and peoples, and engage the child in exploratory and hands on activities that lead to the development of basic cognitive and psychomotor skills through language, observation, recording, differentiation, classification, inference, drawing, illustrations, design and fabrication, estimation and measurement. The curriculum also help the child internalize the values of cleanliness, honesty, cooperation, concern for life and environment. The pedagogy should essentially be based on activities in and out of classroom as well as other methods such as stories, poems, plays and other kind of group activities. Concern for environment and inculcation of related values can be promoted through activities, planting of seeds, protecting trees, not wasting water, etc. And practices related to health, hygiene, and social interactions are best taught by example rather than through recitation from the textbook. The atmosphere in the classroom should not stress the child to perform but allow learning to take place at individual pace and permit free interaction among children and the teacher. In this way, we have completed the first chapter of Arihant book, Concept of Environmental Studies. Now we will meet in the next video with second chapter. Thank you.